Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham news and update show for Tuesday, April 30th. Yes, it is a Tuesday, and we are marching through this week. Yes, it's obviously an early show today because we're firing up a work day, firing up a work week. Got some things I have to get done today for work. So I wanted to get a quick show up for everybody, and then maybe when I get back from my meeting this afternoon, I'll pop on late at night, depending on how things go. So yes, welcome to the show. Smash a like on the video, get involved into the chat, get your memberships, and get also involved in the Discord. It goes on 24/7 all through the night. So lots of fun happening there. And yes, we are headed into the off season, and lots to talk about. Daily things will come out. Some days will be slow, some days will be fast. Obviously, we had the award show last night, did a show last night late, but yes, there's a lot of things kicking off, and we're going to get into transfers. Bye-bye. Producer Ann's going to work. Yes, me, I'll just get a quick show, and then maybe we'll get back to it later. So as you can see on the thumbnail, it says Parky's Plans. Parky's Plans, that's what we're going to open up with. I want to talk about that. Under the season awards, just briefly hint on that too. And then I wanted to dive into the Humphrey Kerr interview that he did at the Independent. I was going to put it on the thumbnail, but I just want to mention it. Such a genuine, humble, nice guy. I had the opportunity to meet him and interview him last year. It was last July, at which was against Manchester United, which will probably be on the first episode, of which we're doing a watch along. Remember, it's 2 hours there, 7 o'clock my time. So that's when I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do 7 o'clock PST. That's where we're going to have the watch along, and it is fancy dress or top hats and whatever. So that's what we're looking into doing for that on Thursday evening. But yes, Humphrey Kerr, great guy. I want to dive into that as well and look at the League Two playoffs. So that's what we're going to get into. So smash a like on the video and let's get rocking and rolling. I wanted to let me bring up this article here. This came out this morning from our favorite guy, the leader in sport. Phil Parkinson, head start on recruitment plans. Yes, Parky's plans. So what are Parky's plans? Obviously we didn't have to go into the playoffs, got automatic promotion, which I thought was fantastic. Before I go in, let me just get to this real quick. Aaron is the winner. Number one winner, Hoosier. There you go. Aaron, top guess is Aaron. Yes. Aaron is also a local pundit member. Matt L says, yep. How you doing? Will Ambo says, I'm fifth. We all know the real prize is fifth place, Mr. Pundit. Bring your punch and pie. brings you punch and pie. Absolutely. Sixth is it's an even number. I would say that too. Nick Donald's also in the house. Matt Al is here. Oh, it's the first one when no one was here, so I watched the cat video. I mean, who doesn't love a cat video? Not splits no excuses, Matt Al. Neil Walker's also in the house. How you doing, Neil? Good to see you, brother. Neil Walker. And there you go, Will and Bo. All right, back to the article. I'll get that out of the way real quick, and it's good to see everybody in the chat. Thank you all for coming in. All right, securing automatic promotion to League One saved Wrexham the torment of trying to go up through the playoffs, what also means Parkinson can make some a head start in the recruitment plans. Hi, Emma. How are you? Good to see you, Emma. Good to see you in the chat. We got back-to-back promotions, and I thought this was good. Parkinson was saying basically it gives us a head start in terms of the recruitment, and that is key. Now, yesterday, the big story was obviously that we had investment into the Mexican club, Necaxa. I'm just not going to get it right. Necaxa. I will get it right, but I'll screw it up a million more times. Necaxa. And there was pushback, a little bit of blowback. It's like, oh, why are they investing in another club when we should be taking care of our own club, which I think we're doing, but they can have other investments, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So, maybe it's a feeder club. Obviously, I think they got 5% investment into Wrexham. You got to Coxa. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Who the hell knows what it's called? So if someone wants to phonetically put it in the chat for me, please do it. Please do it. The recruitment is key. Yeah, we're doing a lot of things. This is a 360. It's a business, and we want to get players in. And Parkinson's job is to get good players in recruitment. So that's what he's focused on. And having us go up early, I think, is really fantastic. Parkinson went on to say it is time to reflect and look at the squad as a whole and the areas we need to improve on. We've got a very good core of players. Yeah, core four, baby. We worked hard to build a squad, which is coming on a journey with us. We felt we had to improve, and we will do that again. So They're going up a league. It's a bigger jump from National League to League Two, from League Two to League One. So, maybe we'll get some. It's a good loan league, they say. It's a good loan league. We're going to learn a little bit more about League One over the summer, what the teams are, the playoffs, who are going to come down, who's going to go up. I think Rotherham are definitely coming down. So we're going to learn about the league, just like we learned about League Two last year. We're going to learn about League One. So that's all part of the fun and help telling stories, what we want to do, and be a part of the journey. So let's see. Matt Al says rumor is they have 3 Premiership players in their sights. A lot of rumors are going to come on for sure. Hey guys, it's Aaron, who is number 1 today. They have both invested 5% in each other. I've read. Is that right? That's what I've heard too. 5% on either way. So it's very interesting, and more will come out as we come. Parky said recruitment has been brilliant so far, so got faith in him to deliver again. Okay, Nick Donald says it's like Nekasha, or at least that's how it's the announcer pronounced it at one of the games that Ruby posted from the clips. Okay, Nekasha. There we go. I will screw that up, but thank you, Nick Donald. I appreciate that. Brian Flynn on a podcast saying the premier player is Wrexham bound and wouldn't say who. Okay, people know more than we do. Top Cat is also coming in from Johnstown. All right, back to the article here. He said there's a lot of hard work. Hold on one second. I missed the part there. Obviously, we need to improve the squad. As you go up division, everything improves. Athleticism, quality, preparation, everything. There's a lot of hard work to be done over the summer, but we will sit down, take our time, make the right decisions to give us a chance to be competitive next season. My only understanding from this is when I went from just my own experience. I played high school basketball at a smaller school, but then I went to a Division III school basketball, and just from high school to Division III, it was bigger, faster, stronger. Okay. So I would equate it to that. When I was at the Division III school, I was there for a year. I was 18 and 19 years old. Think about that. Then I went and played at UConn. I walked on at UConn at 19 years old, right? Going from Division III basketball to League One basketball, it was amazing. I mean, 6'7", 6'10" guys. They're just bigger. They were just stronger. I even played against the women too at scrimmages, and they beat the crap out of me. So I'd equate it to like bigger, faster, stronger. I think that's what's going to happen there. I mean, some of the players will be going up will be the best in the league, and we will have some of the best players in the league. But that's my equation. Like, you play against for Richard Hamilton or Khalid El-Amin. Yes, they just their bodies are just more developed, more built. Jake Fosco was 7'2", and I was playing it. Like, it's just different. So I would see that, like, going up to League One, bigger, faster, stronger. I think that's what it is, and we need to be ready for that. That's why I kept saying that I think Maxey needs to put on a couple more pounds. He's very thin up top. I think he's a good core, but like thin up top. Put another 10 pounds on Maxey, who got the Young Player of the Season, by the way. Congratulations to him. I think that's what we're going to look at. Just getting more solid, and being able to compete at the level, because it's going to be bigger, faster, stronger. That said, some of our players did come down from a higher league, so they might be more prepared for that. Interesting how that's going to go about. Let me see some of the chat here. Okay, Brian Flynn got to that one. Emma Roberts rumors came through that were following last night's awards. Yeah, the awards were last night. I heard that you have to have a certain size stadium at championship level. Is that true? Don't know, Willambo, but there are probably requirements. I don't know if it's size. I'm sure there are some requirements, because remember when Luton Town came up this past season to the Premier League. I'm going to bring myself out of here. When Luton Town came up from the Prem to the Prem, they were going to play some away games first, but they had to get some things done. So, whatever the requirements are, I'm sure they're aware, and I'm sure we'll make it around, as we go up. Going to be sad, a few players going, but we have to strengthen. Hayden was at the awards last night, or didn't travel to Crewe on the last way, so it doesn't look good for him. I don't see Hayden coming back, and there's a number of players that are out of contract that we're going to talk about in a second. And Emma also says Matt Al. Wouldn't surprise me if we do. Parky must have who he wants on the rare. Yeah, you got. Did you hear that Robbie Savage or some maybe rumored Charlie may be a good signing? Charlie is good. I think he was rumored in the January window. I've seen Charlie play at Manchester United in some of the youth games, and also U18s, and I think he got a couple runouts for the league for the first team as well. So he's a good ball player, middle of the park, aggressive. I like him, and I like his dad as well. Moving on here, since a number of players are out of contract this summer, including goalkeeper Mark Howard, Rob Layton, defenders Callum McFadzean, Brent Tozer. Tozer is going to probably retire or sign an extra year. Not sure. Hasn't played much this last half of the season because O'Connell has been absolutely money. Hayden, Tunnicliffe. I think Aiden will probably go. Tunnicliffe, not too sure. Maybe he'll go. Macca, I think rumor is he's signing for another year. We'll see. Captain Luke Young. I could see Luke moving on. And Stephen Fletcher. Maybe another year out of him. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what depth happens. We'll see what happens on that. Owen Beck we want. Owen Beck we want says Raymond Blood. Emma Roberts says the only thing who may get another year is Toes. I could see that. I totally could see that. But out of those players right there, I could say Toes and Fletch, maybe Mark. Toes, Fletch, and Mark. Stephen Fletcher, Mark Howard, and Tozer. And Macca, I'm just counting as we already have him. So yeah, maybe those 4 will stay. So we'll see. Macca will stay, and Fletcher got another year in his contract. Okay, so Macca's Fletcher's staying. Okay, so Fletcher's there. So I would say Macca, Mark, and Tozer. Maybe Tozer's the maybe. So let's see here. As Parkinson says, there's new additions. Parkinson says it's inevitable players will move on as Wrexham prepared for life on a higher level. Yes, there's a possibility of players. It's a quote. There is the possibility of players moving on, and that's the hard part of any manager's job. But we all know we have got to evolve as a club, and we'll try to do that. Yeah, the decisions have got to be made, and we will do them fairly and honestly. See, I mean, I like what he's saying there. I think that he has a great handle. I think he has a great handle of the club and of what they want to do. Understanding the league, the EFL league. I think he's his record speaks for himself. So he's got plans, and I think they're already in motion. Obviously, we don't know about that. We're not going to know about everything. It's a moving target every single day. So happy to see what's going to happen. And it's going to be a long, long summer. This one only got you 2. This is the one right here. Sorry. Parkinson expects to battle Stockport for new signings. Well, this is Cannon. I'll do the Cannon one first. Cannon was basically saying in this article here that people are playing injured. He didn't want it to end because he's been playing fantastic. He also won. I thought he was going to get goal of the season. He did not. I went to our Ryan Barnett on the right back against FGR. We're going to go to Vegas, and I'll have a good time with everyone, says Andy, but I don't want the season to end right now. Personally, I've added goals to my game, and I really enjoyed that every second of it. He goes on, no, that's really small, like right there. I've enjoyed every second of it. At the same time, everyone needs a well-deserved rest as well because the boys are playing through pain in every game. I've been playing through pain every game. It might not look it. It's very tough, and people on the outside don't know and the ins and outs, but we go into every game, and everyone isn't 100% all the time. No, there's nobody who's going into a match 100% of the time, even the managers probably. But we have a good mentality. The players are willing to go out and give their all. Cannon scored against Stockport. He scored the winner. They asked him about it. He said it was a good finish to get the winner. It was a good moment. Andy Cannon. I have not been known for scoring a lot of goals, but he's got a cannonball in his leg there. I have either been switched around quite a bit for previous clubs or not played further forward. My favorite position is going further forward and causing people problems and attacking. I have been playing further forward, and obviously going further forward up the pitch, you're going to get more chances. It's nice to add goals to the collection with the other lads who have contributed on the other side as well. I like what he's saying there. Really good stuff. This is the other one I want to get to about the plans for the summer. And then we'll move on just real quick. Like I said, quick show this morning because I need to get ready for my meetings for later today. Wrexham Wrexham's rivalry with Stockport will continue off the pitch. Yes, definitely. Parkinson believes Wrexham's rivalry with Stockport will continue. Stockport over the summer. Let me see. Obviously, they won the league, which is great. I think there's an edge between us. And Stockport after the National League, and obviously them beating us at 5-0. Who is saying this? This is Parkinson saying this. You can't hide away from the fact that, and geographically, it's a derby. We've been progressing together. I think everybody said that ahead of us in terms of progression. We're looking forward to meeting them in League One. And Parkinson expects Wrexham owned by Hollywood. I hate that crap. Credit to Stockport for what they've achieved, says Parkinson. They are as equally as ambitious as we are. Well, I would hope so, but we want to go up. Now, if you didn't hear the interview yesterday with Rob and Ryan, Rob is very, very, very bullish and saying, I want to go up next season. Let's go. Basically he's saying, like, you don't, in football terms, I think I mentioned last night, you don't buy a lineman, so you can win the next 5 years. Let's win now. And it's interesting because Humphrey Kerr was kind of saying something a little bit different from what Rob was saying. I really will get to the article, the Humphrey Kerr article next. I think it was a fantastic read. That's the article I did read, which is great. So Parkinson went on to say, it's not just on the pitch, it's during the summer when we identify the players we want. It happens before, and we've got to make sure we got our number one targets in position, but they will be fighting hard to get those players too. This is about Stockport. Stockport led at the break, but Ollie Palmer equalized 2 minutes in the second half. And that's a review of the game. We spoke to the lads before the game and halftime about the record. Okay. He's talked about the supporters. Okay, cool. So that was that article there. And the next thing I wanted to talk about before I get into some of these quotes, some of these messages here. I attended the Wrexham podcast last night, and a few of the ex-Wrexham players were saying not to get a striker who will match Mulls, and he needs a big man like Ollie Palmer to work instead of challenging him. Well, we have JM, and JM is a baller. He's an absolute baller, Emma. So if we have an updated Ollie Palmer version of updated Ollie Palmer, who's had a battling season, and I thought he's played really well, had a fantastic goal, effort was put in there, even though sometimes it didn't translate to goals. I thought he was actually amazing. Do you think, Al? I wonder if they'll upgrade his position. They're talking about Ollie Palmer. Okay, this is the other article I want to get to. Humphrey Kerr, which we mentioned real quick. Humphrey Kerr. This is an interview that he did with the Independent. Again, I did read this article, and it kind of touched me a bit too, because you relate sometimes, to the man. He's put a lot of effort into the club, and I think that. He's got I don't know him personally. I said I've only met him once in just a brief interview. Seems like a very nice guy, very humble, hardworking, and very passionate about what he's doing. And, in so many ways, he was saying basically, British writer and actor Humphrey Kerr has become the affable man on the ground for Hollywood owners Ryan and Rob McElhenney. Ahead of the third series of Disney Plus show, Welcome to Wrexham, he tells Jesse Thompson that his future with football project is uncertain. So, understandably so. Here's what it is. Sometimes, I moved to California, not to make, I moved to California to be an actor and a writer. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. Okay. He's a very successful writer and actor. His wife is very successful. But he's kind of been thrown into this other side of things. And it's like kind of taken away from, you mentioned it too, kind of taken away from some of the opportunities for him to continue his acting career, writing career. But it's also opened up other doors. So when I came here, I always had like a job, but it kind of takes away from other things. So, you look at certain things and you kind of understand it. He's very, very, it's a very honest interview. If you haven't read it, please go read it. It's free. Very interesting article. Rob and Ryan, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll get to the highlights for you. They said Rob and Ryan weren't all the racecourse ground to see weren't at the racecourse ground to see Wrexham go up to League One this month. They can thank classic British underestimate for that. The team's second promotion in a row depended on just being relegated for Forest Green Rovers. Humphrey Kerr, the writer, comedian, actor, the club's executive director and fan favorite Disney Plus docuseries Welcome to Wrexham, wanted to manage expectations. He said there had been talk of them coming, and I said, well, we'll just don't know. We might win, but other teams might win also. Why don't you just come for the last game of the season? Meeting Rob and Ryan. Oh, we know we'll be there by then. He explains, and it wouldn't be British to get too excited. That's my whole vibe, because people like to get excited about things, and I'm like, Kerr's voice says turns firm. He says, no, I don't think so. So he was cautiously optimistic, and this was maybe about just having people come in, having the boys come there, previously before something was secured. So the next part of the article, they talk about him a little bit. I talk about Rob and Ryan a little bit, and the writer's strike that has totally affected my business, my wife's business as well, and Rob and Ryan, more importantly, people that work on shows. Said after the industry has been paralyzed because of the writer's strike, Deadpool star and Always Sunny creator are both extremely busy filming their day job. For their day jobs. Kerr, who's 41, remains steady and affable presence. Rob and Ryan, trusty man on the ground, bearded, very tall. Talked about him a little bit. He said, Suits admitting that he wanted to, okay, Wrexham for promotion. He said that's the reality of the situation, away from the documentary, away from the mythos of it all, is that it's stressful and hard and difficult. So there is a slight sense of, oh my God, we finally did it. We did it, which is great. You know, he goes on to say, getting promoted, we are back into the degree of underdog, he suggests. But I really think that as we went into the season, to call us underdogs was a bit of disingenuous. We transitioned out of that phase, out of that phrase. People have been turning out in droves to support us, but and also to boo us and try to beat us. We're always going to get everyone's good punch, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know. That kind of looks crap. So I'm going to go to this. So I'm reading over here. I apologize. But let me see here. He goes on to say something about they accused of destroying football, which is absurd. He says, I actually quite sensitive to the idea of that. I don't want us ever to become a force that is bad for football. I disagree with that completely. There's nothing that Wrexham have done to destroy football. There's absolutely nothing to destroy. I mean, it's a fantastic story. They've invested in a club. They've lifted an entire town and a league, for that matter, 2 leagues now, with bringing eyes and focus onto something that normally would not have been a focus. I was at the Manchester United Wrexham game last year. There were more Wrexham supporters there, whether they're new or old or who gives a crap, than Manchester United. And that's not wrecking anything. It's bringing eyes to football, and it's opening up, bringing jobs to people, all things. So I don't want to hear that. I think he's absolutely right saying that. Matt from the Racecourse Ramble says, evening all. How you doing, Matt? Just doing a quick one tonight, real quick. Good to see you. Matt did a show yesterday. Go watch his show. I think it's in a podcast form right now, or he'll put it up soon. But yeah, go check out Matt's show yesterday. He did a fantastic job. Moving on to the article. Wrexham are now many people's second favorite team, thanks to the combination of the fairy tale story by Disney Plus show. By the way, this is the week they're all doing EPKs and promotions for the show. Ryan and Rob have done a couple with ESPN. Humphrey obviously did this article, so I definitely think there'll be more coming out. Obviously, Thursday night is when we're going to watch it here live and a watch along, so we'll figure out how that's going to look, but we will be in fancy dress. So they talk about the show is, among things, a fish out of water story. Just as one wondered, the 2 American stars were busy buying a Welsh football team is surreal. Let's see. I'm going to go down to here. Interview accounts. So yes, further down. This is about going down to the article. And again, please read the whole thing. Kerr's background as a writer and an actor. In 2011, he won the Edinburgh Comedy Award for Best Newcomer. Dymock Watson, Nazi Smasher. And he writes comedies for Radio 4, Sketch Group, Apple TV's Mythic Quest. Talks about his wife, Mythic Quest. The Mythic Quest is Rob's show that he created as well. It's on Apple Plus. Apparently, Megan Gantz, who is great, also writer, producer. I think she's a co-creator of Mythic Quest, and also does the podcast. They do. They said, hey, my husband. And also she's a writer on Always Sunny. I said, I know a big loser who played a lot of World of Warcraft, which is Kerr. So really cool to see him open up a little bit. And they asked him about family life. He said these days Kerr is known more than anything as Wrexham's Humphrey Kerr. But how much longer? His double life, which I totally understand. When I said it coming up, having a job. And I wanted to do the creative part of life, your passion in your heart. I understand that even right now I'm doing it. He said his double life doesn't just mean a double career, but a double residence. He's based in Los Angeles, but spends months at a time in Wrexham and are often alone or traveling. I miss my wife and dog, he said, so much, like crazy. He says he and Gantz snatch FaceTime calls on lunch breaks and on the way to work. But apart from a long stretches, I don't know that my involvement with Wrexham will last forever. So I need something to keep me going once that is gone. He says, I'm enjoying leading this strange double life, but it's taken a toll on me. So that's when real life comes in. Talk about it. He's got a wife who's here, who's working. He's got a family. He loves his dog. I love my cat. That. And being away, I understand that. My wife spends a lot of time in Eastern Europe for work as well. She's does what he does in making movies. So I get it. Sometimes you're alone, and there's something there. No, not Rob. I don't know. Yes, Rob does have a podcast. They don't do it anymore. Rob does have a podcast. Sorry, you just bogarted my whole thing there. Took me out of it. Rob does have a podcast. It is called Hold on 1 second. They don't really do it anymore. Yeah, there it is. They stopped doing it in July because of the writer strike, but it's Always Sunny in podcast. There is, I don't know, the last episode was July 10th, 2023, and they kind of went through they go through the shows. So yeah, go check it out. But I understand, going back to the article, I understand what he's saying. Like I said, time away from your family is time away from your family, no matter what it is, and that you're enjoying. You always want to say yes to things. I think that's something that I've learned over the course of my career and life. I used to, there's 2 times where I said no to something, and I regret both of them, but I've learned from them. So, when he said yes to go doing this, when he said yes to doing this, it's like, yeah, he said would open opportunities. We'll talk about it, but it takes away from other things in life, and it does take its toll on it. He says, I am enjoying leading the double life. He said he's a football fan of Liverpool, lifelong. So his own admission, a general downbeat demeanor, said, wrong foots me. He doesn't want to be at Wrexham forever. That's a question mark. Yeah, I think so. It's wonderful, and it's given me some of the biggest moments of my life, but it's also very difficult and stressful at times. Kerr sighed. He said, frustrating and infuriating. I'll have these instances where I'm on the other side of the globe from the woman and the dog I love most in the world, and I have time the sprinting exchange where I've just been like, well, why are you doing this? Why are you just at home? He said he's missed opportunities doing self-tapes for Star Wars. He said there's an interesting thing about Paul Rudd getting his job. He said he was robbed. He said, I will say, I thought it would perhaps open more doors than it has done, he admits. Although his profile has risen, Wrexham takes up so much of his time that he's worried his agents get frustrated at his availability. Sometimes he has to turn down great auditions. And this is a quote here. So I have to drive to Chesterfield and back tomorrow. So this is a really great article. Moving on, it talked about the rise. I think he said, they'd be really happy to stay mid-table, 10th. He said he'd be happy with that. Again, they're showing a picture of him meeting Prince Harry. So I thought that was really cool. So I recommend please go read this article. It's kind of cool and really impressive. So but big ups to him doing that, and it just shows the humanity of how things go. And I wanted to bring that up, especially going into the off season, and more we can open up on. Let me see here. Oh, Matt, the race course. I missed some of it. I'll go back up. Okay. This is Matt of the Race Course. Just in discussion with an ex-Wrexham manager to come on the podcast, talk about the retention list, transfers, agents, good stuff. Awesome, man. Good for you, brother. I think that's awesome. Please go check that out. Looks like it went well. Looks like we will get it done next week or so. Awesome. Matt's talking about his show. Let's see. Matt Al says, welcome to Wrexham on May 3rd. It's now in the UK and Disney+. Okay, I'll be watching it my time, 7 o'clock live, even with commercials. So if you guys want to watch it beforehand, please go do that. If you want to join us, we'll do that. Okay, Matt Al trying to catch up. Race course, that'll be a great episode. Let me see here on that. Do the team go to Vegas tomorrow? I'm not sure. I do not know. Let me see there. All right, moving on as the chat talks to Matt real quick. This was the awards last night, which we brought up. Looks like a great night for everybody. End of the season awards. Paul Mullen and Rosie Hughes make it 3 in a row. Paul Mullen and Rosie Hughes each scooped the record-breaking 3rd consecutive Player of the Season's award for their respective teams. They celebrated at the end of the season. It was at William Aston Hall. 12 awards were handed out. TNC Matt Smith hosted. See Parkinson there. Great stuff. Andy Cannon was voted 2nd, while Lee finished 3rd. The supporter vote. Okay, that's interesting. Top goal scorer, obviously Mullen, won Player of the Season. The striker had 26 goals. Let me see here. Andy Cannon was voted 2nd, while Ellie Lee finished 3rd in the supporter vote. Hughes, likewise, was named Player of the Season for the 3rd time after finishing top scorer at Wrexham Magazine's women's top flight. Hugh also scored the winning goal in the Butte Energy Welsh Cup semifinal, setting up Sunday's showdown at Newport and Cardiff. There's been a request to talk more about Health Chubba. Yeah, I think we all are. Lily Jones finished and scored for the supporter vote. And Amber Lightfoot was 3rd for that vote for there. Max won Young Player, as we said that. Lily Jones claimed the women's award for the first time after a season in which she has been ever present inside at the Gennaro Adrian premiere, which is really cool. And the player of the season, Elliot Lee, was voted for his teammates. Lee hit 16 goals in 53 games, including late winners against Sutton twice and Doncaster. Phoebe Davies was named as Wrexham AFC Women's Players Player of the season. Meanwhile, the versatile defender, having played in a number of positions across the defense, as the team finished third at the Genoa Adrian Premier and reached the Butte Energy Welsh Cup final. So that's great. Look at right there. Great picture of them up there. There's audience members cast the final votes for the Steve Goal of the Season Award. That was supposed to be Ryan Barnett, which I thought would have been Andy Cannon, but Ryan Barnett won that. AFC Player of the Season, Community Player of the Season was won by Aaron Lovett, having been heavily involved in a community engagement this season. The Service and Support Award was given to long-serving staff member Mike Matthews. The Bob Clark Academy Award of the season was won by Harry Ashfield, as well as making his first season debut. He's top goal scorer. Good for him. That's fantastic. Let's see. They talked about the evening with Wrexham's men's first team players invited back to the stage and they handed their medals after finishing second in the Sky Bet League 2 and winning promotion for the first time. Al Vasking, Luke, and Ben Tozer lifted the trophy. Great pictures right there of the lads. That's obviously Elliot Lee, Paul Mullen, and Max Cleworth. And women's first team right there, Rosie Hughes, Lily Jones, Phoebe Davis, top scorer Rosie Hughes. So congratulations to them. Here's the Ryan Barnett for goal of the season. Academy player, Harry Ashfield's right there. And community, Aaron Lovett and Mike Matthews. So really good night. Seems like that was a lot of fun for everyone involved. Mr. Pundit will audition a Humphrey job. Will be Mr. Pundit audition for the Humphrey job will be a walking contest. Oh yeah, well he's got longer legs than me, so he's definitely going to beat me out. I would love that job, like literally love that job. Where do I apply? Let me know. I will leave it right now. I'll leave this. I will go do that right now. Let's see. Emma Roberts going to the Vegas tomorrow. Don't know. Or Crackers Ruby. Okay. That's what there's a couple things I want to get to too. Also, just a news and note. Tomorrow, I think I'm interviewing me, the wife, and Wrexham, Ryan and Sion, I believe. I think that's how you pronounce it. I will learn. I'm interviewing them tomorrow in the morning. So doing that in the morning. Next week, I have one lined up, an ex-player myself, which will be a lot of fun. So that's also what tomorrow I'll do a recorded interview with me, the wife, and Wrexham podcast. So that'll be in the morning, and I'll get that up sometime in the afternoon. What else did I want to get to today? And again, one's planned for next week, an interview next week as well. Haven't confirmed it yet, working on it. And there's some people in the background that know who you are that help on getting this done. Be great stuff. Okay. I want to talk quickly about the League Two playoffs. So this is the schedule for the League Two playoffs. These are Monday games, 7 a.m. my time, May 6th. That is the Crew, that is the Crawley Town MK Dons, and then Crew Alexander and Doncaster. Those are the Monday games. I'm trying to figure out how to watch them. I hope Sharon. Sorry, thank you. Sharon, Sean and Ryan and Sean. Okay, got it. Thank you, Gaz. Thank you, Ruby Slippers. Yes, so that's tomorrow. Sharon and Ryan. Yes. I'm horrible with pronunciations, obviously, but I will get that right for the show because I did get the Jimmy Cheese one last week correctly. Hoping Donnie win the playoffs. I do too. I'm rooting for them as well. So that's tomorrow. That's Monday, and then the other games are Friday and Thursday, and then let me see. I think the final match is May 19th. So I'm trying to find how I watch these stupid games over here without buying the $33. It should be on ESPN Plus for my thing. I'm hoping that's right for me. And then Thursday night, we're going to do the Welcome to Wrexham watch along here. So this is these two episodes are up. I think these are back-to-back episodes that we're going to be watching here. Wrexham AFC play a summer series of summer friendlies in America and have had less of a friendly return to the EFL Football League. New players take the pitch. A shocking departure surprises Wrexham as the team tries to find its footing. So it'll be fun to relive that. If you haven't seen our game day, do I have it here? Let me see if I can find it. If you haven't watched our game day, hold on. Let me see here. Let me find my YouTube real quick. If anyone wants to do that, go to my YouTube page and our YouTube page. Sorry, I hate to use that. Videos, and what the heck is it? We have a short film called Game Day that I did when I went down to the. Of course, I can't find it. Why would I be able to find it? That would come right up. Oh well. So yeah, if you haven't seen Game Day, that is the little short little film we did last year when we first went down to go see them playing at the Snapdragon Stadium. If I can find it, I'll show you, but it's not coming up because nothing is easy these days. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, this is it.
Away we go. Gnarled veterans against a bunch of Manchester United's best.
There we go. Yeah, go watch that.
It's Game Day.
Yeah, go watch that. If you guys haven't seen that, that is that's at the beginning of the season when we went down to San Diego. So that's fun stuff. What we'll be doing there, and lots more to come. For the summer as well. Matt Al says Jordan Davies' goal against Gandans was my goal of the season. That'll be an episode or 2. And what else? Any championship watch along this Saturday to see who relegated in the draw division. I mean, I'm happy to do it. I'm actually happy. I don't know who's playing though. So I have to look at whoever's playing on Apple. So ESPN Plus is probably going to have to do. So, okay. All right. That's it for today. We're going to fire up that work day. Going to go shave, probably. Shave, shower. Yes, shave and shower. I'm going down to Amazon. I'm going down to Amazon today. I'll send pictures while I'm there into the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, do that. I'll send Discord. It's a beautiful studio. So I'm going down there for that. Let's see what time I get home. I don't know how long the meeting will be. Might be late, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's been a good day. Obviously, like I said, go check out the Humphrey Kerr article. And then obviously see Parky's plans. Get involved into the chat. Awesome. Get your memberships. Fun stuff. And early show today. So let's see what happens for later on if I can get home back from my meeting. So on that bombshell, I'll see y'all.